Hello, welcome to the first ever BackofClass podcast, a podcast where we talk about all the kind of stuff we would talk about in the back of the classroom at school. My name is Jarrett Brown, and I'm one of your hosts, and today I'm joined by...
Charlie Flockton. It's a pleasure to be here, mate.
No problem, man.
This has been a rough one.
It has. We've actually recorded this podcast about 3 times now. We tried it with Discord first. It didn't work, so now we're trying it on
Craig.
Skype. Yeah. The Craig bot is giving up on us. So
yeah, that was so annoying, man. Genuinely.
Yeah, it actually was.
But where were we anyway with our?
So we're gonna talk about a couple of topics today. We're gonna talk about girls, urban legends.
Nice.
People not being able to take jokes.
Sounds good to me.
And I don't know if we're going to sneak in exams or not, but...
Exams?
Yeah, it's a school thing, innit? Got to stick to the brand.
Of course. You got to do something about school.
Yeah.
All right, how about puff bars in the industry?
Oh, my God, yeah.
All right, so I wanna tell you about what we were talking about before. So we were talking about aliens and space, and do you think they're real or not? And
all right.
we were talking about our paranormal experiences.
Yep.
And I was saying something about if there was a planet 70 million light years away, they'd look down on Earth and see dinosaurs. Because if it's 70 million light years away, then if they were to come to Earth, just say right now, and they're seeing dinosaurs, as they travel to Earth, they'll get here and they'll see us as we are now.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's hard to comprehend, but
that's true.
If we're looking at a planet with life right now, that's 100 million light years away. We will see that planet in its past 100 million light years.
That's mad. Like while they're traveling to our planet, they'll be able to see like
how evolution happens and dinosaurs and stuff like that. They'll see things that we will never see.
That's true.
That's crazy.
That's kind of trippy because they could be looking at like down at us right now, and they'll travel there.
They'll see like a T-Rex walking past or something right now.
Yeah.
And it depends how far away they are. If they're like 10 million light years, they'll probably be seeing mammoths and stuff and early people. If they're like 100 million light years, they'll be seeing Stegosaurus and Triceratops and stuff that we would never be able to see other than the bones.
I mean, that's kind of cool, to be fair, because if they arrive now, like out of nowhere, like an alien just lands, he could help us understand our history a bit more. But at the same time, it's kind of scary because he could find out our weaknesses and all of this. And like, if he studied our evolution, he might want to overtake like the planet and fuck things up.
And it won't just be one; it'll be a load. I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah, they'd bring like a whole like
army and stuff.
Yeah, because they wouldn't want to just come here for fun, would they?
Oh no, not at all. They wouldn't be here just to explore and have a nice jolly time and drink some beer. They'd be here to take over our planet.
Yeah, definitely.
But my thing is, I think about a lot is what would they even look like? Because I feel like we can't even comprehend what they look like.
I feel like they wouldn't be able to survive on this planet without some kind of breathing thing. How we can't go into space without like the whole astronaut gear on. Like they have to come here and wear something.
Yeah, like some kind of weird suit because they can't take an oxygen.
Yeah, because it's been millions of years where we've like developed into what we are.
Millions and millions.
And we are made for this planet, so they're not going to rock up and they're going to look exactly like us and they can breathe our oxygen because that wouldn't make sense.
I don't even know how to describe how I think they'd look because we haven't got anything to go by other than movies.
Maybe they're already here and we don't know.
You actually got to shout there. Imagine like one of our best mates is just an alien in disguise.
No,
like a person like Mark Zuckerberg.
Exactly. Like, what if all these geniuses, like, we're going into conspiracy theories now. What if all these geniuses, like, lizard people or something?
Yeah, and I think it was Stephen Hawking said something, and he said he believes that there was life in the universe other than us. And he said that we should never try and communicate with them.
No.
Because one, they could be crazy hostile and come for us straight away.
Yeah.
or we just won't get anywhere because we don't know, do we?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this again. I know you've already heard it, but the viewers wouldn't have because this was in our previous recording. But I
Yeah.
feel like we are developing so much, like, but we're damaging the planet at the same time because of global
Yes.
warming and that. We're launching our rockets, but that's damaging like the ozone layer, and I think that's happening all across the universe. So that's why aliens come to us, and we're never going to be able to get to aliens because we try so hard but destroy our planet at the same time, and we're going to get wiped out because we want to go see the rest of the universe.
I feel like there's some crazy advanced civilization out there that is levels above us.
Yeah,
That I feel like they could pretty much just end us in a single sweep if they can see us and if they decided. But I feel like if there was life, they'd be having the same problem as us, or they can't see us, and they're debating whether or not we are real. You know what I mean? Like, what
well,
if we're aliens to aliens?
yeah. Well, there's this theory called the I think it's called the Galactic Zoo theory.
Oh yeah.
All of these civilizations which have like reached like flying cars and stuff and all this crazy futuristic stuff, they're looking down on us and they're judging us, okay, but they're not going to interfere with us until we get to a similar level to them, and then they go, yo, we're aliens, welcome to this thing that you've just unlocked.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like now, like an intergalactic government in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I've seen theories about that. It makes you rethink everything, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Because we've been brought up to learn to think about, oh, we've been born to make more babies, and you know we've evolved from monkeys, from fish to monkeys and to humans. But what if we were
yeah.
actually just in a simulation by this
Oh
massive
man,
intergalactic government that has created us, and all of our movements are controlled by them? Can you imagine that?
that's crazy.
The
i
amount of
i
people who go insane if they figured that out. Like
I
Area
know.
51. What's up with that?
Oh god, yeah. I was really excited for that raid that they were gonna do. I knew it would never happen. I'm not that stupid. I knew it would never happen, but I really wanted it to.
There was like 100 people there max.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. They were all like,
I'm
"Oh
pretty sure
yeah,
like
we're gonna storm Area 51." And like 100 people turned up, and they didn't even go anywhere near to it.
I think like 250,000 people signed up for it, and only like
Yeah,
100 went. And I imagine, but like, I don't necessarily think there's aliens in that. I think there's weapons. Like they're
yeah.
testing out new weapons for wars and stuff in that facility.
I think it's just they just where they keep like this top secret stuff. Like we have MI6 in this country.
I was gonna say Men in Black. Like I know
Yeah.
it's a movie and stuff, but I reckon. Do you reckon they're real?
I think they must be because you've got all this top secret stuff, and if it was that mad, then
There'll
they
have to be someone. Yeah, there has to be someone
yeah,
to watch you, and if you know something that you shouldn't know, like if you've seen like an actual alien walking around in
yeah,
the facility and you see that, and they're gonna have to make sure that you don't tell anyone about it, because
yeah,
if you do and they figure it out too, then
yeah,
everyone's gonna know. But didn't you see like back in July-ish, an UFO actually was identified and confirmed to
yeah.
be a UFO?
That's mad. But
It's mad.
UFO doesn't mean like
It doesn't mean
aliens.
spaceship
No,
specifically. It means
it could
unidentified flying object.
exactly. It could have just been
So
this. It could have been like North Korea testing out a new plane or something.
yeah, it could have been a drone.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like if it was North Korea, then they would have identified it as their plane. But it
yeah.
was some weird black thing, and it still
I mean,
hasn't
that's
really
kind
been.
of cool. Or it might have just been like an asteroid or something. You never know.
Yeah, like, but in a way, if it was just a drone or something,
Yeah,
surely they'd figure that out, and surely they'd come out and say that it was just a drone, and not just keep people. Maybe they're trying to make us guess,
yeah. That's a good shout actually.
because maybe they want to see how far we can go with it, and if we're just sheep and follow along with anything they say.
Yeah, that's true actually. It's
It's
creepy.
just
It's creepy stuff like that, which I love talking about, but it scares me at the same time.
yeah, like that's the thing with the ocean for me.
Yeah,
I
I know what you mean.
I like the ocean, but I have two fears in this world, right?
Yeah,
Spiders and the deep ocean. They're my two fears, because we've only explored what 5% of the ocean, 15% of the
yeah,
ocean, all of it, and we haven't even gone to the deepest point yet. And there's
I
already
know.
pretty much alien fish in the water.
I
So
know, it's
who
mad. What if those
who can?
fish are, what those fish if those fish are aliens, right? They've landed in the sea in like an asteroid or something, and
Yeah, millions
they're
of years
just
ago they
create
just evolved.
they're just creating a civilization like under the water where we can't reach because they know they're safe there. And then
Wait,
once they're
what?
strong enough, they come up here and they can breathe and stuff, and they attack us.
Wait, what if we're aliens who've come down from a planet, hit
Oh,
on Earth,
we,
and we've
the,
evolved with it?
we were the ones that killed the dinosaurs.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah,
Also, what's even up with that? Why specifically them were they wiped out?
well, no one really knows for sure, do they? Because no one was around. But people reckon it was an asteroid, which
People
there's
say it's an
proof.
asteroid. People
There
say
is
it
proof
was.
of there is proof of that in Mexico. There's like a massive crater which they reckon that's where the asteroid hit. And with the science now, they figured out that would wipe out everything on the planet.
Interesting, because it also made the continents split apart
Yeah,
because you were all just one massive joined continent
yeah,
apparently, and then when it hit, it split. But what
yeah.
if this asteroid? Well, I've heard things that it could have been like a disease or something that killed the dinosaurs. But if this asteroid was sent from an alien race
What if
to kill these dinosaurs?
what if we were in that asteroid? What if it was just a spaceship that we landed in?
Yeah, like cracked open like an egg, and we just slimed out and evolved
Yeah.
into humans.
Oh,
That would be
that's
such a
mad.
weird theory.
Yeah. So
Like, yeah,
you know Planet of the Apes, yeah?
yeah,
So it's really scary because it's going on right now. Species start by just like for monkeys, for example, swinging on trees, eating berries and bananas and shit, right?
yeah.
They've just the scary thing is monkeys have just entered the Stone
The
Age.
Stone Age. I've
So
seen
they've
that.
so they've started
That's
making.
ridiculous.
I know. So they've started
They
making
started making
tools and stuff.
tools. Yeah.
I talked to my dad. He goes, when you've got to start worrying is when they start a civilization. So what they do,
Yes.
so this is how it happened for us, right? We started making tools, okay, and then we had certain people that would do different jobs. Like, for example, not to be sexist, but this is how it was.
Yeah.
The men would make the tools and kill things, and the women would cook it and that. Okay.
Yeah. Look after the kids too, wouldn't they?
Okay. When monkeys start doing that, that's when you need to start worrying because then they have a civilization and they can communicate with each other because they
I
know
think
what
they'd
they're.
have also evolved physically.
Yeah, they would,
'Cause-
and yeah, exactly. Once they do that, okay, then they can start discovering fire to cook things with. And
yeah.
when they start discovering fire, they can make copper with like tin and stuff. They can start
Mm.
mining, and then after they do that, they can discover iron, and then after they discover iron, they can make guns and stuff. So
Their brain gets massive and they just
ex-
start their own civilization on top of our
exactly,
civilization.
exactly.
Like
Like
that would
not
be awful.
yeah, not to sound mean or anything, but if monkeys start like becoming more like us, I've seen Planet of the Apes. I know how bloody mental it is, right? We'd have to like
Yeah.
kill them and that.
But
I
if
don't
I
know.
see a monkey talking, I'm going to shoot it. I'm sorry, I am.
So next topic is we're just talking about aliens and
Aliens and like ghosts and stuff like that.
yeah. So what should we talk about now then?
Girls. I think girls would be a good one.
So girls, they are very confusing.
Yeah.
I found that.
Like, you reply more than my girlfriend, bro. That's the funny thing. And also kind of sad thing as well. But anyway,
Girls say one thing and they mean something else.
I've seen so many Instagram things saying, if a girl says this, it's like if a girl says I'm fine, it means they're not fine. If it means they're okay, it means they're not okay. But sometimes when they say they're okay, they actually are okay. And if you question that, they get pissed at you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, that's confusing because they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm okay," but they'll say it in like a really, like a different way. Like they wouldn't say it like, "Oh yeah, I'm okay." They'll be like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And when you ask them, you're like, "Are you sure?" They get all fucking pissy.
Bro, girls just have too many emotions to handle, innit?
Yeah, that's
Like,
true. To be fair.
you know what? I might just end up being gay in the future. I mean, you're single. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, back off, man.
It's weird. And then my personally, I have trust issues, right? Because my last two girlfriends both cheated on me.
Oh
So
fuck,
now
man.
now I don't know what's happening.
Like,
Yeah,
some girls cheat, and it's like I would never think of that. I think that's too
it's
far.
just dirty, innit?
Yeah,
And then there's sometimes you want to hang out with a girl,
yeah,
and they're like, oh, maybe later. Like 2 weeks later, they still haven't hung out with you.
that's true. I mean, how's things going with you and your girlfriend then? Because you guys have been together quite a long time now. I think a couple of weeks.
It's been a couple of weeks. We met up
Which is
once.
once.
Yeah. The thing is, I want to meet up more,
Yeah.
but she always wakes up at like 5 o'clock and stuff, and
Oh
it's
my
just kind
god.
of annoying.
She gotta wake up earlier. But she doesn't sleep, does she? She doesn't
She
sleep
goes to bed at
until
like
like
4 a.m.
I know it's mad.
and it's like, well, like I want to meet up with you,
Yeah.
but you sleep at like a really stupid time. It's just like it's hard, but hopefully, I'm actually gonna hope. She hasn't talked to me all day, by the way.
Oh man. That's the problem. If it was like that,
Yep.
but the other way round, she'd get annoyed. She'd be like, "Oh, why aren't you talking to me?"
Exactly, but I don't want to seem annoyed or desperate or anything like that.
Exactly. See, that's the problem. You can never be yourself because you're always getting you're always getting judged or like accused of shit.
Exactly, and you seem desperate, and then you seem like I don't know what girls want nowadays, because one way they want a really nice ripped body, and then the other way they want like a dad bod, and it's hard.
Exactly.
Because
What is all that dad bod stuff? Because that's if I was a girl, I'd not go for someone who's like chubby. Like not to be shallow, but why are you getting attracted to like dads?
Yeah, it's just how people work, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just maybe they prefer teddy bears over brick walls. But I mean,
brick walls.
I like my mattress harder than it is softer, so I like
Fair enough.
But it's just it's kind of like I've seen so many posts of people getting ripped, and then it turns out they get less girls if you're not ripped. Like if you're like just an average guy, like just a skinny white kid like yourself, mate.
Oh, shut up.
you tend to get more girls.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's just how it is.
But I feel like I'm not doing it for anyone. I'm doing it for myself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's how I feel as well. And to be fair, I am feeling better about myself.
Yeah, like so am I. I've been working out during this Christmas break, and I'm feeling better about myself. It's not for anyone. I don't care what people think about me. I stopped caring like only recently, to be fair.
Honestly saying, that's when I started dressing like how
you want to
dress for a while.
Yeah, like it
feels good to be honest. To dress differently. It feels really good. I had my jeans on, my new Air Forces, the collar shirt, the jumper, the beanie, and the chain. Bro, I felt so good. Like even walking around in JD with all the roadmen, I actually felt like good about myself. Do you know what I mean?
Why should you care about what people think about you? Because you used to get, well, you still do. You still get people like taking the piss out of you and that. But I used to get it. I used to get it quite a bit because I used to be quite chubby, right? But
I've been there.
As we all were. But end of like last year at school before we had lockdown and everything, and like this year as well, I've kind of just like I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because if they're gonna judge you, then let them do it. Like it's not gonna affect me in any way, is it?
Like, and going to school wearing the clothes you want, you get a little bit of banter about you look gay, but they don't really mean it. Even like some of the popular kids were coming over to me saying, "Oh, I like the fit," and I'm like, "All right."
I mean, there are some girls that have gone like that way with their fashion, and they look way better. I'm just saying.
I know has gone that way as well. I think it's mostly girls doing that kind of thing, isn't it?
I don't know if we can name them, so I might have to bleep this.
Oh yeah, you got a point. I forgot.
It's all right. We'll just call them. We'll just call them the girls, and we'll just say. But yeah, I'll bleep them. Don't worry.
Let's just put sound effect over it.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. But yeah, like they're so hard to read sometimes because one time they like you, like they're talking to you, the next minute they hate you, and the thing is, they don't tell you why. They just keep it a secret. Like if you want to fix things, tell me about it.
Yeah. That's true, actually. Like, I'm only recently single, so I'm not back in the game yet. I'm kind of just taking a couple weeks out, months, whatever. I ain't trying to move on that fast, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's hard to read girls. Like, it's hard to read if they're like flirting with you or they're friend zoning you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's so hard.
I feel like we need to get a girl on the podcast at some point.
We do.
Because I was talking to my my dad earlier, and he goes, it's good because I showed him the first part, which we filmed. We'll pretend it was a couple of minutes ago, good 3 hours ago. But he was like, yeah, that's decent, but you should get guests on as well. And I was thinking, realistically, who are we going to get other than our mates? But we should get like girls' opinions, like the kind of things we think about. So I think, oh yeah, right. So should we move on to our next topic?
One more thing to say though.
All right.
Is there was a girl that I liked. I won't say any names.
Yeah.
Back in year 7.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it was like mixed signals that were being sent. And it was weird because I got my friend to ask her out for me. She said no. Yeah. And then only recently did I figure out she did like me in year 7. So I'm just thinking, why didn't you say yes?
That's the worst, isn't it?
Like, I don't understand. What were you waiting for?
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, see, that's the problem. They always expect you to ask them, and I know, it's more traditional for the male to ask the female, but can we like normalize the opposite?
Exactly. Like all the pressure's on us to make the first move, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it's nice sometimes to just be laid off a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
I've noticed. Go on. Sorry.
I know you can carry on. I was going to say something else, but yeah.
I was going to say I've known some girls who do make the first move, but it's usually us who go for the first kiss, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
The guys who initiate the first kiss, and that's how it's been quite a lot for me.
Yeah, same with me, to be honest. No girls really asked me out, so it's been the other way around.
It just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, come on, bro.
All right. So next topic, right? People not being able to take jokes anymore.
Let's just call it the TikTok segment. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
my God, people can't take jokes. It's like a story. Like you make an offensive joke, right? The majority of people will understand it's a joke. Then you get that one girl who hears it and goes, "That is so offensive. How could you say that?"
And then she'll go and say something similar and say it's funny or it's comedy or it's old or something.
Like you can't just pick and choose when you want it to be offensive or not. That's true. It's always offensive or it's never offensive.
Like some things, like are just wrong. Full stop. Like anything like really, really racist or anything. Anything like, say like something's happened. Like say there was a terrorist attack like yesterday and you make a joke about it. That's wrong. Like, I was gonna say like 9/11 jokes, borderline. I wouldn't say they're like acceptable. I said they're more acceptable now than they were in like 2001.
Because it's old now, isn't it? It's not old, but it's older, and it's kind of become a more acceptable thing. People kind of understand that it's a joke, and they wouldn't mean it in a bad way.
I guess it's a coping mechanism as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. There was a YouTuber called iDubbbz who still makes videos now.
Yeah.
And he did a video on Tana Mojo.
Oh, and he said
the N-word quite a few times in there, but he got loads of likes and not many dislikes. That's because he didn't say the word in an offensive way. It's just a word when he was saying
it. Isn't it because she said it quite a bit in an offensive way, like calling people it as like a derogatory term, and he was just trying to say it.
She was calling people a fucking, with it, hard R, man. Hard R at the end.
Oh, man.
Like, and then iDubbbz was just saying it as an example. But he said a thing.
Her excuse as well. Her excuse was so wrong. She was like, I thought it meant like homie or like friend.
I thought it was like homie because I grew up in the hood. No, you did not. Shut up.
Yeah.
And like,
she was shouting it at them. She was like, oh, yeah, you're such a...
You know.
Yeah, you're such a... And it's like, that doesn't mean homie, does it? I wouldn't shout you. I wouldn't be like, you're such a fucking friend. I personally think anything that is directly like making fun of someone for who they are, that's offensive, okay? Because they can't change that. If you like, I don't know, if you take the piss out of someone for they've got like a shit haircut or something, that's completely fine because that's just banter, okay? But if you take the piss out of them for the color of their skin or their sexuality, that's a whole other story. In my eyes, that's wrong.
Completely. I got a question to ask you. It's not about the topic, but it's a question.
That's fine. We can move on, man. I don't mind. Yeah, what's the question?
What's your opinion on heaven and hell, and do you believe in it?
That's a really good question. I don't believe in God. I really wish that I could, because I really wish there was like I could believe in an afterlife, and I really wish I could believe in someone up there making my life better. but I can't believe in that because it's just impossible. Like, oh, there's a magic man in the sky. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I can't believe in it, but I really want to believe there's an afterlife and there's someone looking out for me. But
I
yeah,
agree. I'm an atheist myself, but
yeah,
I don't know if I believe in heaven or hell. I like to think I can because I like to think, when we die, we go to this really nice place. But the thing is, it's funny to think about because billions and billions and billions of people know, but they're all dead
yeah, that's true.
because we can't find out until we die.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's really strange, and in a way, I kind of
Exactly.
believe in reincarnation. I kind of believe in that kind of stuff.
Fair
I
enough. That's a good view, man.
I believe that when we die, well, it's hard because I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
We've both seen this show called The Good Place, right?
Yeah, that's a great show.
Have you watched all of it?
I've seen the entire thing. Yeah,
Yeah. So not to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it, but there's a good question there. If you did go to heaven, why would you want to live forever? You would get bored
yeah,
of it at some point. Like you don't want to live forever when you've done everything you could do. Like why
yeah. It
why would
makes a very valid point. And if you have seen it, then you know it's a good show. Like that's
yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
I'd highly recommend it. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like it's a comedic look on the afterlife.
yeah. And if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna say something now. So spoiler warning. You can skip forward a little bit if you want, or just close your ears. But
Yeah.
it the ending was really sad for me, man. Like when they just walked through that portal, and
Yeah.
it was kind of like they were leaving heaven and hell, and it just became some kind of
Nothing.
entity. You know what I mean?
Deep.
It was really deep.
Yeah, well, anyone that knows us, hit us up. Anyone that doesn't know us, just online. We can talk to anyone.
Any celebrities
yeah,
listening, please.
yeah. We
You're
want your
allowed
views
on.
on this. Let us know in the comments, or whatever. We'll leave our Instagrams down below.
Yeah,
If
man.
you want to hear it,
Follow
let us
us.
know.
Get us to 1.5k. Let's do it. All right, so I want to talk about the ocean real quick.
Okay.
This is kind of like a mishmash of topics in this podcast, but it's the first one. Give us a break.
Yeah.
The ocean terrifies me. Now I'm okay going into the shallow ocean,
Yeah.
but if my whole body's underneath it and I can't stand up, yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm
Yes.
good.
See, for me, standing like on the end of a pier, I hate because like you can't see the bottom. Like I'm fine with water where I can see where the bottom is, but
Yeah,
if I
man.
can't, then that's what scares me.
And I'm not scared of sharks or anything like that. I'm not even scared of drowning. I'm scared of what we don't know.
Yeah.
Because there's a guarantee, 100% guarantee that there are creatures in the ocean we've never seen before.
Yeah, that's true.
And people be talking about mermaids and sea dragons and the kraken, and for all we know, they could have existed, bro. They are giant
They might
fucking
still exist.
squids.
They might still exist. Like the Loch Ness monster. Do you believe that that's real or not?
I don't know. I honestly probably not, considering it's like a dinosaur
Yeah.
and it really should be dead.
I don't
It
think it is. I think it's just like a story to get people to visit the place.
Yeah, and it could have been a dolphin that came in over
Yeah, exactly.
by accident and left afterwards,
Yeah,
But like there are giant squids that fight sperm whales. Like
really.
they fight whales, and these squids, their eyes are as big as our heads. These are real things.
Jesus.
They're about 16 meters long. They're massive,
Oh,
and they will eat you alive, man. They are awful. Like
yeah.
that makes me believe in the kraken even more.
Yeah, like
And
the
maybe
the
go on, bro.
animals on the land, yeah, aren't as
Yeah,
scary as the ones in the sea. Like
they're
you
not.
see the look of those things; they are ugly, man. That's
It's
why.
true, and
That's why.
also
Going back to the first part, that's why I kind of agree with your theory of like they might be like aliens. You know what I mean?
yes, mate, that was
Because
mad.
they are weird looking things.
You're also so much more vulnerable in the ocean than you are on land.
Yeah,
That's
obviously.
what makes it scarier because you can't escape as easily unless you've got a boat
Yeah,
or unless you're like a
yeah,
master
because
swimmer like
you
Tom
move so
Daley.
slow, don't you?
Exactly. When there's things like sharks don't scare me, but because I know that they don't want to eat us. I know they don't want to hurt us.
Do they want to eat us or not?
They don't, because I saw a thing, and they think we're prey. That's why you never really see a shark ever eating somebody. It's just when they bite them and they leave, because they realize it isn't food.
But don't they then smell your blood and then want to eat you more? Because doesn't that trigger something in their brain?
I think you're right there, but I think that's Finding Nemo taught me that, to be honest. But yeah, man, it's just not a good place. And considering that our planet is just covered in water, basically, there's a small amount of land.
Yeah.
Who knows what could be in there? There could be, I don't know. I saw a thing called the bloop. I think it was the bloop.
What's
and
that?
it was a picture. It's not real. It's just like a drawing of this massive sea monster thing. It's like a whale, but it almost like it had like small eyes and a massive mouth, and it was huge, and that just gave me the creeps, because like I'm scared of being in the ocean, looking down, for example, and just seeing a thing coming towards you, like some kind of sea leviathan just coming straight up for your ankles.
What scares me is getting obviously the tide goes in and out. What scares me is like being in the sea and then like the wave dragging me out.
I saw this thing. I've seen lots on Instagram, and I think China or Japan have created this device that can actually reread your dreams. Whoa. I don't know if it's real or not, but if it can, that is
like insane. It can replay your dreams.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you fall asleep wearing it,
that's mad.
Then you wake up and then you can like reread your dreams, which is mad.
That is cool.
And have you seen that photo of that man that people see in their dreams?
Yes, that's
like the
creepy.
Massive eyebrows.
Yeah, that guy's creepy.
I don't think I've ever seen him before. I'm glad.
Yeah, same. I'm glad as well.
Because I don't want that man looking at me through my window. It really is, man. It really is.
Oh man, don't even say that. Don't even say that, man.
Just tapping on the window.
I've got this really weird thing. Like my curtains have to cover my window completely when I'm asleep.
Honestly, same.
I slightest gap, my mind like sees like a thing in the window. I don't know. Again, going back to the ghost thing, I don't know if that's a ghost or it's my mind.
I've got a gap in between mine right now, and I've got a scar in the center of my windowsill. Sometimes it's late at night. I look over there and see a head, and I'm terrified. Then I realise it's just my own skull. But mate, yeah, back to the ghost thing. That thing's weird. Like you see all these paranormal events happening, and sometimes I just can't help believe they are real.
Yeah.
Because some of the evidence is just so, what's the word? Convincing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's like shows like Ghost Hunters, which are just outright fake, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing, like ghosts. I feel like it's really it's possible. Like there's nothing saying that it's definitely impossible. Like I don't know. I think they could exist. I think there's a high possibility.
I doubt we'll ever really know again, to be honest, because like you need kind of to die first, don't you, to figure it out.
Yeah, but like going back to the heaven and hell thing, what if there is no such thing as heaven and hell, and you just turn into a ghost, and you're just forever haunting something, or forever not even haunting something, just watching something?
Do you know what else scares me about dying, man? What if you die, there's no heaven, there's no hell, there's no ghost, and it's like a light bulb going out, that's it. It's just hard to comprehend not living. I can't even think about what it would be like, because I keep thinking it'd be like my eyes being closed, but it won't, because you'll be dead and you can't see that. Like, what would happen?
Or what if you're dead, but you can still feel everything?
Oh mate.
Like what if you're like just like how you'd be in a coma? You can see like stuff, you can see what's going on around you, but you can't move anything.
That's what scares me about.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of death. I'm just scared of what would happen if I do die.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about if you die, how people would react?
Yeah, all the time.
And if they would even care?
I feel like some people would care, but I don't think many of our mates would like dwell on it for too long, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I feel like they'd be sad for a good couple weeks, but then they kind of move on after.
Yeah, exactly. That's what scares me. Like the film Coco. Once you've forgotten.
Yes, Coco.
Yeah,
It's a great film.
actually is, man. I really like that film.
It's so even like, bro, the ending always makes me like feel overwhelming sense of joy and sadness at the same time. Because like when he's singing the song with
Yeah,
what is it, Mama
definitely.
Coco or whatever, that's so sad.
It is, yeah.
Makes me tear up sometimes, bro. I'm not gonna
See,
lie.
yeah, it's quite an emotional song to be fair.
It is.
But
And
like,
then go on.
what if that's what it is? Like, what if like the Mexican culture's right, and once you die, you go to this afterworld, but you're only there until if
You
people
actually feel
remember
it.
you,
That
huh?
would be so depressing, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like if you were forgotten about my days ahead.
yeah.
Well, I don't want to think about it, man. I
See,
know my. Go on, sorry.
so you've got like I feel like walking through a cemetery is sad because you see all these new graves and you think, oh, at least this person's still visited every now and again.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah.
But what about that day when your final living relative that was close to you dies, and then no one comes to visit that grave anymore, and
I know.
it just becomes overgrown, and yeah,
And you see some of these graves that haven't been visited for like 10, 20, even 30 years. And
yeah,
it's just kind of upsetting because you see all like the moss growing on top. There are no flowers. No one's been for a while. And it's like, have you been forgotten about? Like,
yeah.
mate. And it also feels so wrong to stand. Like, sometimes when I'm
Oh my god.
in a graveyard, I forget where I'm standing and I'm like on top of the grave and I'm like, shit, 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 shit. Do you know what I mean?
Because I feel like
It's
even if they're dead, even if you have no idea who they are, just give them some respect.
exactly like you have to respect them. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of mad as well because right now where we're standing and sitting, underneath us are dead bodies.
Oh, that's a
Like
good
think
one.
about that.
People think only like old houses are haunted. But
No, not a chance,
no,
man.
I think like my house is like a new build, right? I still think there's a possibility it could be haunted because it might have been built on top of someone's grave, like a caveman's
That's
grave or
true.
something. I don't know.
That is just see a man with a club walk out
Oh my god, that'd be even more scary than some
and
like
bashes your
Victorian.
head in. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god! Now I'm just imagining a Victorian guy in like a suit walking up and down my hallways at night.
I don't
Oh
want to
my god!
imagine that, G. Like
Yeah,
you know when I
neither.
said I at midnight I walked to the bathroom and stared downstairs.
Yeah.
I act
What if you
like
see him staring
there's
back at
someone there, but because I know I act like there's no one there because I know there's no one there. But if someone actually was there, I would shit myself and cry.
you?
That's the
That's
thing.
what I always worry about because my sleep schedule is fucked, like most people's.
Yeah,
Because it was all right up until the first lockdown, and then it all
yeah,
went.
mate.
Yeah.
Same. It went.
Yeah. So I'm worried that if someone robs me, they're gonna come into my room and see me awake and then like kill me because they don't want any.
Yes, mate. Like, imagine being awake and actually hearing your house being broken in.
Gee, I don't know what I do.
Honestly, same. Like I want. I've got like a multi tool on my desk with a
Yeah,
knife in it, which could be a shout, but they probably have a bigger knife. I
exactly.
asked. I got a pair of scissors actually, but anyway, I wanted to get like a hatchet on my wall, and obviously my parents said no because it's a hatchet. I
Yeah,
said just in case somebody breaks in and it would look sick, like just seeing a hatchet on my wall. That'd
yeah.
be really cool.
See, that's why I could never be like a spy or something
Oh,
because
maybe neither.
you're spying on like people. What if they find out while you're asleep and they just kill you in your sleep? I
Imagine hiring an FBI agent to track down an FBI agent.
oh that'd be sick. That's
That'd be so fun.
for like
They'd just be going
like
back and forth the entire time.
double agent stuff.
Yeah, man, that'd
Yeah.
be fucking jokes.
See, I watched all the James Bond films over like the
Yeah.
Christmas like period because there's 25 of them, so we kind of did like an advent calendar. And that
Mhm.
stuff is really clever because they're not just doing the like, oh, spy, like, oh, shoot you and like kill you and that, right? They use like code words and stuff, which I think is really cool. In one of the early films, he used this code word every time he met up with like an MI6 agent.
All right.
So he would say something, and the other person would reply, and if he got the right reply, then he knew that he was also an MI6 agent. But
Jeez, man.
this Russian agent overheard it and went and killed the MI6 agent, and then replied the right answer. So James Bond thought the Russian guy was on his side, and then the Russian guy tried to kill him.
Shit.
Yeah, it's stuff like that which I think is really cool. But I could
You
never
know,
be a spy myself. It's just yeah.
you know what's kind of sad though?
More
I've never ever seen a full James Bond film in my life.
like the early ones are good. When you get to like the 70s, they get a bit cheesy. But then
Yeah.
when you get like more modern, they kind of go back to their roots, and they're quite good. Like what I like doing when I watch them is predicting what's going to happen next. Which so like oh, he's just gone in here. That means she's gonna go do something. It's like yeah, I like doing that, and half the time I'm right because they are pretty predictable. But yeah,
I swear that they've made James Bond into like a girl now, haven't they? They're making like a James Bond with a woman in
no,
it.
what?
I'm pretty sure the
Oh yeah, they're
the
doing
next
one.
James Bond is a woman.
No, come on.
I'm pretty.
Like,
What I want
no,
to know
no. His name is James Bond. No woman
exactly.
I've met is James. Come on. Like I get all this equality stuff, right? You can make, do you know what? Make James Bond black, Indian, whatever. Yeah, but he's got to be a
Yeah,
man because that's
he's a
his
man.
name, James Bond.
I saw
It's
a
not bloody Janet Bond, is it? Like that. Yeah.
You know they're making a Lion King 2 remake as well.
Oh, but Lion King 2, the original was rubbish though.
And I don't know what they're gonna do here. If they're actually gonna like remake that story or the weird Timon and Pumbaa one. But
I haven't seen that one.
I will have to admit this new Lion King film that came out recently, I thought it was all right, but it just lacked emotion.
It's exactly the same
Story, yeah.
yeah, but I think they should have left it because it's like live action, but it's not. If you know what I mean, like
It looks too real, in
yeah,
my
exactly.
opinion.
Like lions can't show emotions as well as cartoon
Exactly,
animals can.
exactly. Like when in this new one when Mufasa fell off that cliff
Mm.
and Simba was like screaming, he didn't show any emotion because he's a lion.
Yeah,
Do you know
exactly.
what I mean?
In the original, he was like crying and that, and like he was showing off human emotions, like he was meant to. But in the new one, you can't really tell that because he's just based off a lion.
And it obviously did look really nice. It was really pretty.
Yeah,
But it
it looked
just
realistic. It looked cool, but
it looked
it's not how the characters should look. If you know what I mean.
exactly. It looked too real
Yeah,
to be a Disney film.
yeah.
Like there are films like I mean I will give Dumbo credit. It made Dumbo pretty expressive, but it
Yeah,
just wasn't a good film in general.
I haven't seen the whole remake of Dumbo. I've seen parts of it.
I got bored of it. It was really boring at the end.
I've seen parts of it, and I feel like that it looks really cool. Like the way they were able to show the emotions because they made him look real, but they also kept the elements how they had in the cartoon version.
Yeah, that is very true. And they also changed the story quite a bit
Yeah,
because the old film was only like 45-ish minutes. And
yeah,
obviously now today they made it like an hour and a half. So they added like a lot of different stuff,
yeah.
which also ruined it. Have you seen the new Mulan film, bro?
I haven't. No.
I don't want to watch it,
Apparently,
actually,
it's not.
from
Apparently,
what
it's
I'm
not a
hearing.
musical.
Or, I mean, there's like one or two songs in, but they don't sing them. It's just like a background track. But
But
people
I
hate
swear
this new film.
yeah, the original's a musical, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why you
And they
shouldn't
charge
remake a
then
good
they
thing.
charge like 40 quid for it on Disney Plus as well. You shouldn't
I
charge
just
40 quid for a film that would not cost that much in the cinema.
exactly, and
But yeah,
they had so many controversies about it because they filmed some scenes. I think they filmed some scenes by a concentration camp in China. I think
Jesus Christ.
so. It already got a bad flack before it was even released, and then when it came out,
Yeah, that's
you know, that little red dragon, the really cool one. He wasn't in it.
oh, he's one of
The
the
main
main
character,
characters, isn't he?
the guy who was like singing that "I'll make a man out of you" that
Yeah,
song, he wasn't in
yeah.
it.
Oh,
It was really lackluster, and they added a witch to it. I don't know why
why?
they did that
That wasn't in the original story, was it? Why?
exactly, and they gave Mulan superpowers. Believe it
What?
or not,
What?
they gave her chi. you know, like in the old film when she was just a really skilled acrobatic and just really strong,
Yeah.
just because she was a woman, strong woman. Now they give her powers.
Why
That's
do
why
they
she's strong.
why do they feel like they have to give a woman superpowers for her to be strong?
I don't know. Like either you're gonna remake the movie as it should be, and it will do pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's never, no matter how much you do it, it's never gonna live up to the old movie's expectations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean completely.
Like they got a new villain. They got more. They got this king who has like this weird thing with ribbons, and he can like fling them about and hurt people with ribbons. Like
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
No,
Like
it
why would you do it?
doesn't, especially if that's not in the original story either. Like, what's the point?
And then this witch can turn into a phoenix.
Right?
I'm not
Why?
joking. I
Why?
don't know.
What's the point?
I don't. Apparently, it's meant to be like a different apparently, it's meant to like. So they've taken out the little dragon. They put in a phoenix in its place, I think. But the phoenix doesn't even do anything. It just like flies over like 2 scenes of the film, and that's about it.
Again, it's to attract another kind of audience, isn't it? Like, oh, there's a
It
phoenix.
is.
Nice. I'll go watch that.
Oh, it's a cool fiery bird, Harry Potter. No,
Yeah,
it's just,
exactly. Yeah.
it just doesn't make any sense. Why would you do it?
Yeah,
Just
so
stick to the original.
you were mentioning earlier how they filmed it near a Chinese concentration camp. Can we talk about that
Yeah,
for a bit? I feel,
of course we
why
can.
is no one doing anything about that?
I don't, and the fact that they didn't even help. They're a multi-billion-dollar company filming
Yeah.
near a Chinese concentration camp. Of course, they knew it was
I mean,
there.
not even just Disney. Why isn't the whole world going in and sorting that out? Because they did
Exactly.
in 1940s with the Holocaust and everything. And I'm pretty sure they've killed more Muslims than the Nazis killed Jews now.
It is
I think
messed up,
I
and
think it's past how many Jews the Nazis killed, which it's wrong. They shouldn't have let it get to that level. As soon as they heard about it, they should have gone in and shut it down. And
it's just so messed up.
we had a whole war pretty much about it in the 1940s, and now we have the more advanced weapons and stuff, and
Yeah.
we're more civilized. We could just go in and shut all of them down, but we don't. Why?
And considering that back then, our most like advanced weapon at the time for wars was tanks. Now we have nukes.
Yeah,
Like if we wanted to do the war, we would do it, and we would probably kill most of the planet doing it.
yeah,
Like even the start of 2020, when the World War III thing was kind of happening between America and North Korea.
wasn't it Iran, not North Korea?
I'm not sure, one of the two, I think it was.
Yeah. All right.
But it was getting really close to, actual war, and it was kind of scary, to be honest.
It's because Donald Trump was in charge.
Exactly.
His ego is worth more to him than his country is. And
Exactly. I mean,
that's why I'm so glad Biden is getting into office. I don't know if this podcast is going to go out before or after that happens, but I think it's the 20th of January he becomes the president.
oh, he's not. He's not there yet. Actually, I thought he already was.
No, he's not. He's not until the inauguration, which I don't know when it is.
Oh, I
But
didn't know that.
did you not?
No, I thought when
Oh
he
yeah,
won, he
Trump.
just became president then.
No. Trump is still messing things up. He did something the other week. I don't know what it was, but which was quite. Yeah,
He's
it was.
he's trying to like frame him, isn't he?
Yeah, he's trying to what's the word? Accuse him. He's trying to accuse him of
Yeah.
fraud when he's saying like, oh, they're fake votes and that, but they're really not.
I saw that. I actually saw that when that spike of votes went up for Biden.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, I was kind of sus, but
it's the postal votes. It's because they all came in at the same time.
yeah, it's true. I mean, I think the only president that didn't, in my opinion, really stir anything up was Obama.
Yeah,
But at the time, I didn't know much about it.
I feel like Obama was the best president they've had. He was
I was
calm.
kind of feeling that as well, and
He sorted everything out pretty much.
he did a lot of things for people like gay people and bi people. Didn't he didn't he make what's it, gay marriage legal, or did he boost that or something?
He made gay marriage legal. He
Yeah.
tried. We have the NHS in this country.
Yep.
He tried to make that kind of thing in America, but then
Like free healthcare.
yeah, free healthcare, and then the whole of Trump's party, which are called the Republicans, they shut it all down because they're the kind of guys that like money, so
Oh yeah, of course.
they wanted people to pay for healthcare and that, which is wrong. You should never have to pay for healthcare.
Yeah, that kind of makes me happy to live in the UK because
Yeah,
we got a lot of things easier than them. We haven't got
yeah,
any guns, got free healthcare. You know, I find it funny how in America they go, "Oh, freest country in the world," but if they cross the street, not at a crossing, they can get arrested.
I know. I don't get that law at all.
Whereas we can do it whenever we want and we're
Cross
fine.
the street whenever, yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, come on, America, get things right.
Yeah, I feel like the best place to live is New Zealand. Best place
Oh,
to
you
live,
got
New
a point,
Zealand.
actually. You got a point. What are their like laws and what are their things there?
Well, they've managed to get rid of COVID. They got free healthcare, I'm pretty sure. Um, they're one of the safest countries like in
Shit.
the world, and they haven't really got beef with any other country.
I have to move there when I'm older, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Not gonna
thinking
lie.
about it. I'm thinking about it. It looks really nice.
I look
It's
you want to live out of the
it's
country.
basically Australia. It's basically Australia, but without all the like crazy animals.
That's always a plus, man. Because Australia, no, I'm not going there. The spiders are what triggers me
Yeah,
because
that's
they got massive ones.
they have spider season, don't they? Where like webs literally cover the whole street, and that I couldn't do that. Like I'm not scared of spiders, but I could not do that.
Like, yeah, I'm not scared of them. I just don't like them.
Fair enough.
Like, yeah, I've seen a picture of a bench covered in spider webs, like completely
Oh,
covered in spider webs. It must have been Australian. It was ridiculous.
yeah.
Like, imagine just going out to the park and just seeing the bench just covered in webs.
Oh god, yeah.
I would run the other way, man.
Imagine opening your front door and there being like a lizard
Oh
out there
my
or something.
days.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of cool. If it was like an iguana, I'd take it in, man. Iguanas are cool. Do like an
I mean,
alligator? No.
no. So
Yeah,
I've got to go in a second. So do you want to wrap it up?
yeah, man. Let's wrap it up, bro. It's been
Alright,
good
so
talking to you, bro.
yeah, sick man. So that was our first podcast. Let
Hope you
us know.
enjoyed.
Yeah, let us know what you want us to talk about. This
And if
should
you
be
want to
on.
join, give
Yeah,
us a call or give us a
if you want to
text.
join, yeah, DM us. All you
DM
need,
us.
all you need is Skype because that's what we record on, and headphones. Pretty much
Of
it.
course. So I'll see you later, mate. It's been nice talking to you.
Yeah, I knew, mate. So yeah,
Class is over.
yeah, class is over. Yeah, thanks for listening to us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.